Hello everybody and welcome to this part 25 of the Arduboy game dev stream. Okay, so today we will work on the AI. Finally, I think we have finally finished to implement the logic of changing the screen, going to one puzzle screen to the other. I left you with two remaining bugs last time. So first we will go through these two. I will explain what I've done, and then we will start doing the AI. In my game, the AI will be Mummy, I think, because I think they suit well with the theme, and because the Amerandian native original are very nice people there, so they should not be enemies. So I start to be politically correct, actually. All right, so first let's review my change. The first bug we had was the bullet arrow is the same class, the same logic, that was not working on another screen, only work on the first one. So let's review. No, that's not what I want. Let's review this. Okay, I've done a couple of change. So basically the first change here I changed. I think last time I make the get bullet raycast into screen coordinate, but then I reverted to be the world coordinate. Why? Because actually it was used for for the impact FX, I think, or something like that. So I revert that to be the world coordinate. So instead of doing this, of asking the X on screen, just return X in world coordinate. Then here when I draw it, then of course this is where I convert it to the X and Y on screen. And then for searching the raycast, I just got the world coordinate and use it here, and use the start converted to the start to the X on screen, of course, from the world coordinate. But here I return the world coordinate. So that, I think that was the bug actually, which pixel is used in world coordinate. So, and that function is called here, I think, for the impact position. And yeah, I think the impact had to be in world coordinate. Another bug we found here was so that was for fixing the impact FX. The main bug that the bullet was not working on the other screen, it was simply here, because here, as you can see, I was just checking the X. The X is the world coordinate, so I was just checking that the X was outside of screen. So obviously we forgot to convert it into X on screen, of course. So I just use it here and convert it here from here. Use a variable because I use it 2 times here. I don't use the Y 2 times. So that was the bug that prevented us to fire, and this refactoring here was basically to make the impact working. Otherwise the impact was not working. Alright, so that was pretty easy to fix. It's just that the code of the bullet is a bit more complicated than the other items. Alright, and then okay, I just changed this constant value, doesn't matter. And then the second refactoring I changed, or the second bug I tried to fix, was the pickup. So maybe you have noticed in the previous stream the pickup was not working anymore. And this was due to obviously the different step of rendering stuff that we did, and obviously we broke the code. After implementing the pickup that was working, we added more and more stuff like the ladder, and then the pickup was broken at that time. So of course we could. I tried to see if I could reorder again the pickup to put it somewhere else, but now it started to be quite tough, quite crowded. Of course, I could have fixed it by clearing the screen, so doing in two pass. Like first pass, I draw maybe the pickup, for example. Then I totally clear the screen. Then I do all the lethal collision, the static collision, blah blah blah. Then I draw again the pickup, for example. That's possible. Or I could do lethal first, then clear the screen, and then draw the other stuff, collision. So you understand. But that means in one frame I will draw, clear, draw again. So that started to be maybe a lot of pass of drawing. So, and I thought that okay, maybe the pickup doesn't happen that often, and also the precision of pickup is not that critical. So precision of collision, yes, I wanted to have a pixel precision collision. The lethal collision also, I don't want the player to feel unfair if he's not hit by a arrow, for example. So I wanted to be precise at pixel precision for that kind of deadly collision. But for pickup, I thought it's less critical. You just need to go over it. And honestly, I think it's even a bit better because, before I could just pick up a crate, a bullet crate, whatever, only with the few pixels of the head, for example. So maybe for pushing the player to take more risk of picking a crate or picking a steroid, maybe you want to be the collision to be more to have the main character colliding more with the steroid, not just with one pixels. So that means I decided finally to switch the pixel collision detection for the item into collision boxes. So the classical collision box that we do. So first it fixed the problem because I don't have to draw in several times and clear the screen or whatever. And then like I said, it maybe will help me to push the player to take more risk. So to do that, I had to do several refactoring. Okay, first I think I should show you. Okay, the pickup item probably. Pickup item first. So I added this function, check if Rick picked me up. All right. And here, this is our collision box function. This is very simple. So basically I did it with 1 pixel of Rick, the center of Rick. So if the center of Rick's enter into the collision box of the item, then I do the pickup. And here you can see that I directly call the pickup function of the item, which if you remember, it's a virtual function. So, but this function is the same for all pickup. They are doing the same logic, but they are calling a virtual pickup, right? So just call it here. You may think, and I do think, that checking only the center of Rick is maybe not enough. Maybe I want to check a collision box of Ricks with a collision box of the pickup. So yeah, it's totally doable. It's quite easy. Instead of adding just one X here, I have the left X and the right X of Rick, and I compare with the X and the right of the box. So it's very simple to change. We can change it later if we feel that the pickup of item is not good enough. But for now, I just use 1 pixel of rig, just the center of rig. All right, so let's see, for example, so what did I do on rig? On rig itself, I just deleted the check collision with pickup because now I don't need it. The pickup will do it by itself, right? So I just removed this forward declaration, this function. Added a 2 new function for the center of center X, center Y of rig that we just see I used. So in the CPP, just return some pixel in the middle, and I just deleted this function. And then we can see, for example, the implementation on the Steroids. So instead of calling the function on rig check collision with me, I just call my the function of the base class, the pickup class. And this function takes the size, the box size of the Steroid, so obviously the width 8. So we can adjust it later if we need more precision. All right, so that's for this. That's the same for the bullet crate, the same logic with the height, and that's the same for the dynamite crate. All right. Okay. Okay, this is just because we changed to int, so I just written 0. That's nothing, just a little fix. Then I have done some change on the map manager. So let's see it. I reorder a little bit some stuff, but not that much. First, I move the draw of the ladder here. And I did that because it's to prepare for the... Okay, so just excuse me for a minute. Sorry, I'm back. So this I did it for preparing what we will do today, which is the AI logic. And yeah, here I updated again, called the update item, but for the enemies. So that's also for preparing the update of the AI. So obviously today we should this update should work for the AI, but we will see if we need to change more stuff. All right, so in the map data, I just move some crate, some item somewhere else to test. And here I just also rename, but it's just a renaming, dangerous to enemies, because I think basically that's the enemies. We will see if I rename it again. All right, I think I review all the change here. Yeah, the map manager. All right, yeah. So let's test it. So yeah, obviously I can fire here, and I have pickup here. So now I don't pick up anymore. I need to jump to get it, right? I can get it like this, and then let's try to fire. Okay, and if I fire on the other side, I have the impact effects playing. All right, so that's pretty cool. We may have some bug, I think, when I'm dying, As you can see, when I die, I can still go outside of the screen, like displaying the memory. So we may fix that later. It's not a big deal. But today, want to finally move to the AI, to the implementation of the AI. I'm sure you also want to see that, right? All right. So I have also created my mummy sprite. Right now there's only one frame, but of course I will add more frame later to make it work. And then we should we should convert this image. Let's start. Okay, so maybe let me find the file. It's over there. So what's the name? Okay, this one. All right, so how many is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? It's 9 also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, and it should be 16. 9 and 16. Okay. Let's convert it. Copy that, and we will add that into our sprite data. We'll put it here. So it will be, it will be an array. So let's, for example, copy this. I should place it. No, I should place it like this. It will be better for replacement. All right, so let's call that mummy. Then maybe sprite width. Maybe sprite height. All right. Let's declare it. So so I was looking at some video of their original game, and to get inspiration on the AI, on the logic. I feel that there is two kind of AI, so two type of AI. I think there is the classical AI just walking left and right in ping pong mode in between a certain range. So that's an easy AI to defeat. You just have to time correctly the moment you place your dynamite, for example. And there is another type of AI that actually kind of follow the player, that is kind of magnetized to the to the player position, but only in the X position. and this AI works well for when you have a platform and elevation. So, for example, if the player is under an AI on the platform, then when the player moves, the AI tends to move with it. And that kind of AI can even fall out of the platform. So that creates another kind of puzzle where the player is guiding the AI, is kind of controlling the AI by controlling his own position. And then you can have puzzle like even AI falling down. Then maybe player goes up and try to walk and guide the AI on a spike to kill the AI and then clear the path, for example. So yeah, I think we can just implement these two kind of behavior. Um, but anyway, let's start with this. We can, to start, we would just first place an AI without movement on screen and see if we can die on it. All right. So we need, of course, to add a new class for the mummy. So, okay, let's create a new file. Oops, not here. Let's save it also. Yeah, it's a correct folder. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And all right, so we'll take an item, for example. No, maybe not the item. Take a statuette. Okay. Okay, let's save this. That's just an item. So we may need the parameters to tell which type of AI it is, if it's just a ping pong one or a follower, but we will add that later, I think. All right, yes, we may have our update function. Okay, and then what do we have for the let's copy this. The logic and drawing of the mummy enemies. So I need the mummy, I need the sprite data, I probably need Rick sprite map manager, probably. So we have the update, we don't have to pick up. Alright, so the update step now. Okay, the update step. So we have to for the enemy we have to check the lethal step. So enemy are lethal, and enemy also can die with lethal stuff like the arrows, the bullet, the spike. Then okay, so this is purely lethal. Check lethal collision of the enemy and draw them because they are lethal to the player. Yeah, so we have the should be the draw enemy step, and check the lethal collision. So okay, they are not lethal, just enemies as on the flag. So I guess they are enemies here. And then we will have to draw enemies, and so we erase the bullet, then platform, and then we will have to check the static collision for the enemies also. So we need that flag too, because the mummies are walking on the platform, so they need to be updated in that step too. All right, so if we are in the step enemies, we will just draw it for now. So obviously X, Y, and this is mummy. Mummy and mummy. But it's an animation, so we need to give, I guess, this. Long time I didn't play animation, so let me check, for example, with that, or with Rick. I can just check with Rick, it's easier. So yeah, just like that. Okay. So right now I just draw the first frame. We'll do the animation later. I think I have everything I need for drawing it. So now I just need to add this mummy in the map data. Let's declare one. Okay, and let's put it here. Let's put it on the first screen. Don't need to go far. So let's say 150. Yeah, that should be okay. Like this. Okay. Then I guess I need to add it in the map manager. Yep. So again, all this code is debug code for now. We don't have a proper scene management. We will do that later. Let's try to compile. So what do we have? Pick up item 11. What? Oh, yeah, this is just an item. All right, so let's start it. Let's try it. Do we have a mummy? No? Where is my mummy? It's not here. 150. It's not here. Oh, it's here. Okay. Can I die? Yes! I am. All right. Let's try again. Okay, so the good news is we can draw a mummy and it kills us. Okay, that's a good step. So yeah, maybe we can just commit this first, because that's the first step before changing everything. We had those two classes. So I like that kind of this situation when in your code, in your I can say even game engine, you just want to add a new stuff, a new item, a new features, and you just had a few lines, and everything fall in place, which is really nice. It means okay, he did stuff in the right order. Okay, we just have our mummy class with the constructor, the update, and we added our sprite here, sprite here, and then in the map manager we just add a mummy here and I had a mummy here. Okay, so add a mummy class first implementation. All right, so probably what we can do before let it move, we can do the collision to check the collision if they can detect the ground. All right, so is this step static collision needed? Actually, I just checked the flag. Yeah, that's totally wrong. It's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so the step should be draw enemies. Okay, I can make a switch. I need to do let's do a switch. So next step is the check static collision. Should have a break here, of course. All right, and I want to remind you that the return value here, false, is to indicate if you want to remove the item from the manager. So obviously when the enemy die, of course we should return true. So this is something we also need to implement, like they should die also. And this check of the check of lethal collision should be done here in that step. All right, so let's see. Can we reuse some code from Rick, because I think obviously it's quite similar. So checking under fit. Our famous function that bring us so many trouble, which is here. And I'm checking if this function is generic. If yes, then we should just reuse it. So that means we should move it out of Rick. Of world, except the X, that could be the parameter, another parameter. Like Y world, I can give the X world. This one is specific to, it's specific to Rick, but since I just use it for here, I can move that outside of that function. The rest should be the same, I think. Map manager, yeah. Okay. And then just, yeah, so I think, yeah. Okay. So basically, but this is also specific to, yeah, to Rick. So that means that we need also that parameters left and right. We can have one left, one right, and the Y. Yeah, that's okay. So I will copy that function. I will put it into Map Manager. So we have the get level sprite add. We can just move around here. Alright, so obviously we said this is specific to Rick. We just remove it. Before removing it, I just get those parameters. Tell if there is any horizontal collision. So I think I should just rename it also horizontal. Is there any horizontal collision at left, right, Y? So if there's a horizontal collision at the specified world vertical coordinate and in between specified X world coordinates. This function will test 2 pixels and on the 2 pixels on the left and right, 2 pixels on the right as specified in parameter. if the specified y coordinate is outside the screen, then this function will ask my manager to check if there is a sprite at the place of level to still have accurate collisions. You're going sailing outside the screen. Yep. The rest of the comment is correct. So it's obviously a function of map manager. And I think, yeah, we don't need to rename anything else. I think it's pretty good. So let's declare it. This function, I want it public. So let's declare it in the header file. The static collision at, I can move it here. Is there any horizontal collision at? All right, so now I can use that function into rig. Obviously here, I can just return left, right, and y. That's the map manager to check for the collision. All right, so I can keep that function, of course. By the way, this function is so far only used here, which means I could just pre-compute the left and right in that function and just call the one from the map manager. But okay, we'll see if that saves some bytes in the prog mem. Maybe we can do it. Not sure. All right, so let's call it for our AI. Okay, for mummy is here. So I will just, yeah, it's a boolean, right? I just need to get the y into the fit. Let's do that maybe. And obviously I need, oh, so it's not that function, sorry. All right, so I need to compute the x. Let's do simple for now, x and x plus, maybe x plus 8, x plus 7, x plus 1, x plus 7. That should be okay. Then what should we do? We should decrease the y, I guess. We should fall. Well, of course, rig has a specific falling state. We may have to implement the same kind of falling state, probably. But for now, just for testing purpose, just increase y. To see what happened. Yeah, and there's another thing is that our AI is outside the screen, so it may fall. The AI may still. The AI will be updated because we update all the items, no matter if they are on the screen or outside the screen. We didn't do this item management that we discussed few streams ago. saying that maybe we should. But because if y is outside of the screen, so we may check the map the sprite data, so it may still be on. But okay, let's move our AI just on our screen. Obviously 2010 maybe, just for testing purpose. All right, let's try to compile that. Oops. Not declaring this scope. Oh, yeah, it's map manager. It's a map manager. I think Rick is the same. I may have done the same mistake. Yep. So he's not falling. He should. But yeah, let's verify some stuff. So we have property flag, static collision needed, enemies, the step, check static collision. Oh yeah, maybe third. Oh, let me count how many pixels we have here. I think it's the same, right? Yeah. 14. That's 15, 14, 13, 12. Should be 12 actually. Yeah, it's 12. Yeah, because when Rick is moving, but that doesn't change a lot, I think. This is higher than that. So y 12 should increase. Oh, I should reverse the test, of course. I'm not falling if there is no collision. I'm falling if there is no collision. Yep. And oh yeah, okay. Yes, our mommy is on the ground. Woohoo! Good. Yeah, so probably we may need I don't know. I mean that will works if you just implement it like that, but that means your mommy will just fall 1 pixels every frame. That means it will fall at constant speed also. So if we want to have something more natural, we may have a falling speed accelerating, just like we did. So we may have that a specific state for that AI. And yeah, in the update collision, checking collision, we just change the state basically. And here that means here we increase y, but let's do that later. For now, I would like to kill the AI to see if we can kill it. Let's commit this first, and then we implement the killing logic. All right, so what do we have here? Yeah, we just move our AI for testing purpose. And then we move that function into map manager to factorize code. So move the horizontal collision test from rig to map manager to neutralize code for the enemy. Okay, declaration here, and in Omami we implemented the collision. Implement the check of collision for the mummy. And in rig we just call the function, I guess. Yeah. All right. So now I want to checking how. Okay, 50 minutes. Yeah, we still have some time. Now I want to yeah, kill the enemies before we stop the stream. All right, so here we should check also the lethal collision. How did I do that? Check for starting rig. Yeah, I draw myself and I check the result of drawing. In black. So obviously we should do that. So in order to just call this one time, I should add a draw function also to Omami. Draw. And obviously with a color. Oops, sorry. Oh, actually, I can just draw one time. That's fine. You don't need to draw it in black first and then draw it. Will I need to draw it several times? No. Well, okay, so I won't create the function now. I will create if I need it. So just call it with a F. Alright, so let's write this like this. Draw the steroid and check the collision with eventual little that stuff. Actually, I will just put the results in a variable. Because I may use it to detect in which direction the arrow or the bullet is coming. But for now, we'll just test it like this. All right. Then I should return true to tell that I'm dead. And do I need to check if I'm alive or not? Yeah, there is a live flag, I think. Yeah, that I should set probably. Okay, so we'll call the clear property flag alive. I think I should not be, because if I return true, should be remove. And oh, do I need to remove myself manually? I forgot. Let's check the update item. Yeah, I need to remove myself. It's not done automatically here. Well, that's something we should consider. Probably we could just add the remove here instead of asking everybody to remove themselves. Like, for example, the Steroid will the Steroid is not removed. What is removed? The bullet, maybe? Oh. Maybe pick up item. Nope. Dynamite, probably. Update. Remove myself. I clear it, I remove. Then I return it. Well, I'm not sure. We probably should think about it and yeah, refactor it a bit. All right, so what's that? That's not a big deal. So where is my enemies? I forgot. I lose my mummy. All right, here. Let's do this. Sorry. Oh, it's extend. Yes, it's a draw extend. Draw bitmap extend. And yeah, by the way, we will have to also use that to draw the enemy in mirror. I forgot to add the parameters. So X, Y, bitmap, color, mirror. Yep, mirror. Let's say no for now. So yes, I can fire at it, but the bullet was not killed. Huh? Strange. Yeah, maybe because I remove myself, but no, it should be in the same frame. Strange. Let's test again. I'll try to kill it with dynamite. Oh, it's too far. Oh, without the mummy moving, it's difficult to. I think it's impossible to kill without the mummy moving. And if I touch it, I will die. All right. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking this probably could be integrated into the update. And there is some item that use it, some that don't. Like the steroid, for example, seems to not remove themselves. They just clear their flag. So they are not drawn anymore. And they are not checked anymore. So it's really it's really a question of how do we manage the item on the scene. Do we want to have this adding, removing stuff? What about when you die, you have to reset. You have to reset the enemies, for example. After dying, if you kill the enemy but you die, you have to revive the enemies. So it's really a question of scene management and item management.